That call there on Fox Sports North. This is the SKOR North First Place Twins show live from Bombasota, the land of 10,000 rakes. The magic number is 72. I'm Ramie Makhlouf, and a full house today. We are streaming live on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, in addition to being on 1500scorenorth.com and the SKOR North mobile app. Derek Wetmore alongside Judd Zulgad, Manny Hill, other side of the glass. And just when you want to send Miguel Sano down, there he is. Hitting bombas, Judd Zulgad.
I'm glad to see that they are doing in-season work here. I think it might have been a good idea to do a little bit of that in Rochester, but I was glad to see that Roy Smalley. But by the way, kudos. He did a great job explaining what they're doing. That is the type of analysis I want from my guys.
We'll get into all that a little later in the show. Glenn Perkins, former Twins reliever and part of the SKOR North First Place Twins show team. He's going to join us at 12:20. But we have some good news regarding the Minnesota Twins. First of all, the magic number is 3 games less than it was last time we convened on Friday, so all is good in Bombasota, despite losing 2 of 3 to the White Sox. But you got yourself another All-Star in Jake Odorizzi, Derek.
Yep, good news, bad news, of course. Everyone today woke up wondering why in the world was Eddie Rosario not an All-Star? Why was Max Kepler not an All-Star? Why was Jose Berrios not an All-Star? Why was Nelson Cruz not an All-Star? Why was CJ Cron not an All-Star? I'll stop. But it is exciting from a Twins perspective that not only is Jorge Polanco starting for the American League at shortstop, but Jake Odorizzi gets named to the team too, and an honor well deserved from that guy.
Yes, on both counts. But this is here's my problem. This is the one All-Star game that I take seriously because you know what? Football, hockey, and basketball just kill them. I don't need them. They're just stupid. The baseball one I don't love like I did as a child, but I still like it, and I still think that it carries meaning and potential impact. Here's what I don't get, guys. What Derek just brought up among the amount of twin snubs, why don't we just fix this thing? Like, it's 2019. Everyone does not need a representative. It's 2019. How the hell are there 3 Chicago White Sox and 2 Twins? And I am not a homer, as you guys know, by any means. But how does that happen? It's 2019. This is all fixable. Oh, and also, by the way, too, guys, and I saw this in football, and it's true in baseball. The fans didn't screw the Twins. The players' vote did. So this is not a fan problem. You know what? The fans elected Polanco. That was a very wise pick. Could they have elected more Twins on that final ballot? Absolutely, but they didn't, and I'm okay with that. But this is the players' vote, and in 2019, the last group of people that should vote on All-Stars in any league are the players. The players pay attention to themselves. The players pay attention to their own teams. I have seen players who vote ask reporters and clubhouse attendants, who should I vote for? And if they do vote, if they do take the time, for the most part, they can't wait to get done. So I guess my frustration about the fact that there are only 2 Twins and not more is this isn't a fan's problem. This is a player's problem. And this whole thing is eminently fixable. It's if you had the right people picking the reserves. And I like the fact that they now don't make the managers of each team do it, because I thought that was unfair.
Yep.
And the pressure then was to pick your own players.
And if you didn't, look out.
Yeah, exactly. And so they made the right move there. But give this to the media. Give it to something different of people that pay attention. And then guess what? The Twins probably get 3 or 4 guys. And if they had 3 or 4 guys, this conversation would not be happening, because, yes, there are always going to be snubs. But this is such a screw job. It's ridiculous, I think.
Isn't there some commissioner office involvement here, too? I'm not trying to get Ramie going on Rob Manfred again.
I've got it right here. According to the Star Tribune story today, Derek, the reserves and pitching staffs are chosen based on a vote of the players, plus invitations handed out by the commissioner's office in order to include a player from, and here's another flaw, every team.
Sure. Yep.
The Kansas City Royals don't need a player in this game.
No, I'm good with that. I want every team represented. But we can skip past that to say this. The snub is maybe disappointing, but I don't want to lose sight of 2 things. One, Jake Odorizzi and Jorge Polanco are All-Stars. Deserving. 1B, you're probably going to get another guy in if we're being honest about it. This happens every year. There are 5 guys that are PO'd that they're not in the game, and then somebody comes up Lame with the
But
hamstring.
just quickly, the flaws though are unnecessary. They don't need to exist, and you can fix them. We could sit here in the studio and by 12:15 fix the flaws to correct it. Seriously.
So the second thought.
And that's exactly why another reason why Rob Manfred is terrible at his job. He doesn't fix anything. He doesn't fix anything that should be fixed.
Ramie's right here, Derek. But Ramie's right.
He's always got
Ramie.
his eye on the wrong thing.
Preach.
He's always got his eye on the wrong thing. And the stuff that is fixable is so easily fixable. And he misses over and over and over again. He makes Roger Goodell look smart.
Yeah. He's not. He.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, I said it.
Hold on.
Here's why I said it.
Manfred was supposed to be a Adam Silver like young. He's not super young, but young enough progressive commissioner who would bring great ideas to a game that desperately needed great ideas. Ramie's right. He's a stuffed suit.
Guys, he's a labor warrior, is what he is. And I'm not saying that's a good thing for baseball to have at the top right now. I'm just saying what he is a former labor lawyer who's now running the show.
Then he should be replaced immediately because
or
I
at
can
least
tell
have
baseball,
a right-hand person.
Well, I can tell you right now, and I get it. Baseball wants to be a hard ass back to the players. I completely get that.
Mm-hmm.
But what baseball desperately needs, and every one of us in this room knows this, is a good, probably younger, progressive mind who says, what's best for my sport? And nobody right now with that game is saying that.
And he's sitting in our studio right now. Here is Rob Manfred's next great assistant.
Or his replacement.
Ramie Makhlouf.
Just his
I think you'd have to
replacement.
replace him.
Ramie 2020 for commissioner.
Well,
but how? Okay, like I didn't expect back to focusing on the Twins and getting off Rob Manfred for a second. I didn't expect all these guys to make it. But out of Kepler, Cruz, Berrios, Rogers, and Tyler Duffy, not one of those guys made it. And
Rosario?
Guys are going to be added. Max Kepler, pick a statistical category and let's compare him and Mookie Betts. Throw one out there.
Hold on a second.
No, go ahead. Throw one out there.
Weighted on base average.
I mean, real statistical things.
On base percentage.
On base. Okay, that's the one category where Mookie Betts outdoes Gabe Kapler. The one. I'm surprised. How did you know to pick that, Derek? It's almost like you looked at this.
I didn't. I didn't prep for that.
Max Kepler has more home runs, more RBIs, better batting average, better slugging percentage, better OPS. Everything better OPS plus if you want to get a little nerdy about it. Everything
I want to get nerdier than that,
except
Ramie.
for on base percentage. He is better than Mookie Betts this year.
Who's a star?
Okay.
Mookie Betts just won a World Series and an MVP. I'm fine with him being in the All-Star game. Max Kepler deserves some recognition, but this is not a stats game, guys.
But I've got you there. If that's your contention, and I can almost go down that path, but if that's your contention, then every team cannot be represented. If you're going to put the star, if you're going to say
why not?
Yeah, you can't have both because you're going to have too many Max Keplers getting screwed. And if you're going to have
the Kansas City Royals don't have somebody there, these really bad. The Baltimore Orioles, there's no compelling case to me for a Baltimore Oriole to be at this game. And Derek, if you're right, and you might be, fans want to see Betts. Okay, let's just accept that. That's cool. Then you can't be representing every team unless you're going to expand rosters. So let's just get through this old archaic 1970 thought process of, well, if the Pittsburgh Pirates aren't represented, I ain't watching the Orioles. Screw Pittsburgh.
The Orioles.
Josh Bell didn't do it for you.
I said this last week. They shouldn't even be allowed to campaign for All-Star votes.
You're right.
At Camden Yards. They really shouldn't.
Like your signs down.
Their slogan I said this last week, their slogan for the 2019 All-Star Game should be the 2019 MLB All-Star Game, let's just sit this one out. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That should be the Orioles slogan for the 2019 All-Star Game.
We're good.
You guys we're good.
That was your slogan. We're good. The Orioles, let's sit this one out. We're good.
We're good.
You guys are you're making up rules, and it's fine. It's fine. But one thing that I don't want us to just gloss over here is that this is a game that's designed to represent stars, and also it's a marketing tool. Let's not forget that. Aaron Judge being in a marketing tool is a good thing, or Mookie Betts in this case. These are good things for baseball.
The Yankees need more marketing. They need Aaron Judge there. People won't watch the Yankees.
How many fans are the Yankees bringing into baseball? Doesn't that matter?
But we're
okay. Using that same argument against you, though, how many Orioles fans are still watching Major League Baseball this season?
That's a good question. I don't know what the answer is.
I don't even know
Well,
who their All-Star is. I didn't bother to log that to memory. But
I've got
what's
it
his
right.
name?
does
Dan,
whoever that guy
whatever his
is
name
get
is.
Orioles fans to the TV?
Okay.
Is it he?
John Means.
Meads.
John
There you
Meads.
go. Yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
let's be
All
honest.
due respect to John
If
Meads.
John
Orioles
Meads-
fans are putting on their John Meads jersey on All-Star Day and
Well-
sitting down in front of the TV in front of a big Major League Baseball All-Star Game spread, no.
And to that
That's
point,
not happening.
And to that point, the idea of having every team represented in this game was an archaic, old school thought of we want Orioles fans to gather around their television in their homes in Baltimore and the surrounding suburbs and flip on the ball game, and more people will watch. That's great. You think some 22-year-old with an iPad who might dip in or not is going to say, well, I'm an Orioles fan, and damn it, they don't have a guy on that team, and I'm out. It's an archaic,
If only
old
John Meads was
Meads
there.
had an all-star first half, damn it.
We were screwed.
But it's an archaic. But this is what's frustrating about this conversation is not just that the Twins got screwed. It's the fact that we are making up rules here that make so much sense. Baseball should implement them in a half hour. That's my problem with this. Again, the rule of thumb in sports: if you can call me and I can tell you how to fix your problem, then you got a problem. The NBA could call me and say, Judd, we're not sure about this. And I'd be like, you know what? You guys are far smarter than me. And I don't love your game, but you guys are brilliant. Okay.
It'll play.
You're smarter. Football has some things, but football does a lot of things where it's just like, okay, that's going to make tons of cash. Baseball has a fundamental flaw here where if you called me right now and asked me what to do, Ramie and Judd could tell you in 15 minutes how to fix your problem.
It's the new wing of the Office of the Commissioner of Major League Baseball, Ramie and Judd.
I mean, first thing is
Consultants,
let me
maybe.
look at a calendar.
Start with that.
Like, just hand me a calendar and I'll figure that out for you. That's the first thing I do.
Absolutely.
One thing that I think is important to note here, guys, and I actually kind of like this. I get that I'm going to step out of my Twins Observer hat for a second because I am currently co-hosting the SKOR North First Place Twins show live from Bombasota, the land of 10,000 rakes, where the magic number is 72. All of that being said, I actually kind of like, poetically, the symbolism involved in the Twins only having 2 All-Stars and being one of the best teams in baseball. Like, you can get mad at the fact that the stinking White Sox have 3 guys in the game and the Twins have 2. And I get that. And this certainly seems like there's some injustice going on there. But what does it say about how good and how deep the Twins have been that there are only 2 guys that this league perceives as all-stars, quote unquote, whatever that means, and they're still leaps and bounds better than the Chicago White Sox, just a better ball club. Nelson Cruz isn't an all-star? Yeah, but you'll take him. Mitch Garver somehow is not an all-star, and that McCann guy is? Yeah, but I'll take Garver. You can go on and on down that list. How deep this Twins team is might have, in a weird way, cost them an all-star rep or 2. Because it's not a couple guys carrying them. It's everybody doing a job on a given night. I kind of like the symbolism that implies.
I see what you're saying.
Even if it's disappointing day after.
But I'm not coming to you personally as a Twins fan here. It's just observing this baseball team. This is silliness. Like if the system worked perfectly, I'd say, okay.
I really don't know
it's
how
too
the
bad.
White Sox get 3 players
Exactly.
and the Twins
So-
get 2. That's the perfect.
I'm not doing this like if I'm the Twins privately, guys Kepler gets to go home and rest. I'm not upset about that privately.
You're cheering.
But right.
That's the flip side of all
Yes.
this, is that this is a beat up team that coming into today has had 1 day off in 3 weeks.
You're
And-
telling me Rosario couldn't use 4 days on his couch right now?
Oh, absolutely. And Berrios now, you know what? So privately, if I'm Falvey, I'm not upset. But what upsets me as an observer of baseball, this is so incredibly stupid and unnecessary that we have to have this conversation. I'm offended as a baseball fan.
Got a tweet from a listener, Drew, here. To your point on Mookie Betts, Ramie, you're going to like this.
Mm-hmm.
Drew tweets at the SKOR North Twins show the stats comparing Max Kepler's weighted on base average to Mookie Betts.
Mm-hmm.
Kepler this year, a 369 WOBA. That's pretty good. Mookie Betts, 355.
So even there, he's better.
If you're more a fan of WRC
Even-
plus, weighted
even
runs
in-
drew,
Even in your favorite nerdy baseball stat, Max Kepler's better than Mookie
here's
Betts.
another nerdy baseball stat if you're a Fangraphs
Mhm.
follower. Drew tweets in Max Kepler, WRC plus. That's weighted runs created. 100 is average. Everything above that would be Above average, below would be below. 130 WRC plus for Max Kepler. So you could consider him 30% better than league average offensively by this statistic. Mookie Betts 119 WRC plus. So in both of those nerdy baseball categories,
Listen to you go.
Max Kepler's got the AL MVP and World Series champion beat.
You know what I think we just determined here? Max Kepler, better baseball player than Mookie Betts.
You said it, man.
Derek's
not me.
geek card also gone.
What is that?
Oh, your geek card is revoked.
Why?
Because you came at Ramie and
I just
basically
gave him
tried to
Woba.
What's his woba?
but you tried to sandbag him,
yeah.
and then you found out from a listener that your attempt to sandbag has gone awry. Your
Exactly.
nerd card
Okay.
revoked, dude.
Oh,
Exactly.
listen. I
what
knew,
you got left then?
I knew
nerd
going
card.
into that argument
He had
that
on base percentage. Right. Mookie
When I
Betts
hang-
hasn't been on base percentage.
I'm going to hang my hat on that all day. I knew going into that argument that Max Kepler's having a better season. Like offensively, Mookie Betts got off to a slow start. But who's an all-star?
But to Judd's
All-stars
point,
aren't earned in 3 months, boys.
To Judd's point, if we're gonna have the superstar rule that it's about what you've done before this season that gets you an all-star
Well,
game,
part of it.
and we're gonna have the rule that every team gets an all-star, you're gonna have a lot of guys like Max Kepler getting screwed.
That's fine with me.
That's way too many spots being taken up by guys who technically don't deserve it.
Why is it fine though?
Like I didn't lose any sleep over this weekend.
I didn't, but it's fixable. Like this, my frustration. If there's a conundrum that takes a lot of work to fix, I can be like, oh, okay, I get the problem, but I also understand the solution is difficult to find. This isn't difficult to find. This
Right.
is very, very fixable. We just fixed it.
Let's,
It's like listen to what we're saying, and you can fix. You too, baseball cannot look like a bunch of idiots. And it starts with the player vote. The players should not vote. Players don't give a damn about anyone for the most part but themselves. They're not baseball fans. They're baseball players. I think what you do, fans vote. I don't like it, but it's fine. Fans vote. That's fun. Media selects the rest of the reserves. You don't have to have a player from every team, so more deserving players can make it. Bang, you're fine.
Let's find out what players think about this, about getting snubbed, about making the All-Star game, about voting for All-Stars. Glenn Perkins, former Twin and former All-Star in his own right. He joins the SKOR North First Place Twins show live from Bombasota, the land of 10,000 rakes. The magic number is 72. And we're back right after this on 1500, SKORNorth.com, and the SKOR North mobile app.
Our coach goes, we got a guest speaker, you guys. Walter Payton